What's happening right now is it looks like the turtle's dancing.
Oh, nope, she's got eggs.
All right, guys, go do your thing.
The fact that Aquascape and everybody is here doing this, probably the most unique and incredible happy ending that a group of turtles like this could get.
Hey, good morning everybody. Ed the Pond Professor here. I am coming to you from the shore of New Jersey. Beautiful, beautiful area. I mean, check this out. We are here doing a really cool, unique project. So this is with Garden State Koi, a large group of certified aquascape contractors coming together from around the country to do this project. And it is for a Diamondback Terrapin. Really cool species. I believe it's the only species that lives 100% of its lifespan in brackish water environments. So it's used to these tidal fluctuations, feeds on mollusks, crustaceans, and things like that. Really cool animal. Let's go check this out. I know there's a lot of things happening over here, and there's the man right there. There is Tim.
What's up, man? You're just in time for cobbles. We're doing some cobbles over there, buddy.
I am here with Tom Smith, owner, founder of Garden State Koi.
Yeah, perfect spot for these reptiles. And you know, I was introduced to Chris back in the winter. Greg sent me a note saying, hey, this would be a great collaboration. All these turtle guys know each other. So as soon as I reached out and I said, hey, we're thinking about a pond, he's like, oh my gosh, we were waiting for somebody to call us. And him and Casey, his wife, they were all in right from the get-go. You know, we looked at what was needed here. He's got beautiful pens with all kinds of turtles. They've done a just tremendous job with the habitats that they have here, but they really needed a habitat for their Diamondback Turtle Relief Program, where they're taking these turtles in and they just couldn't handle them all. And we'll mimic their natural habitat, which is an estuary where the water drops with the tide and then rises again. But it's a really unique project that's really going to help taking in even more Diamondback Terrapins. Like anything else, when Garden State Koi gets involved with these kind of projects, we put it out to our network of contractors. All in all, we had 70 contractors signed up. We had to close it off. All right, we got 70 people. We need other projects. And Chris over here had started building this wood turtle pond several years ago, never finished it. And so this became one of our add-on sites. I said, Chris, let's renovate the stream as well.
All right, well, let's go back and check on the progress of that big one and kind of do a walk through that terrapin pond, which is a little bit more complex.
This is a very impromptu interruption to your video. Brian Helfrich and myself are excited to announce the Aquascape Hands-On Academy. And this is the hands-on area right here. This was originally created for the Sandbox Studio for the Aquascape Artists of the Year, but it's going to be turned into a training academy for all people that want to be contractors to come and learn with our crew.
You're going to see Chris, our crew, and how they build a one-day pond, and we're going to show you how to do it in 4 hours.
We're going to have bleachers over here. People are going to be able to get inside, get their hands dirty. Besides the 11x16 or 8x11, whatever we decide to do for the one-day pond, we're also going to put in fountainscapes and a pondless waterfall. Come to the Aquascape Hands-On Training Academy this winter and work with us in a sandbox, actually getting your hands dirty and learning how to have a career with water features.
Don't you want to tell them about the other day? It's 2 days.
The classroom day. One day is going to be hands-on in the sandbox. The other day is going to be how to actually run a water feature business. Everything you need to know, 30 years of experience, 26 years at the helm, building water features, designing water features, selling water features, marketing water features, promoting water features, everything to do with running a water feature business.
You said a lot in a short amount of time.
We're going to have a lot in 2 days. Register, check out the link below. And now, back to the vlog.
Just found Chris over here. Been following each other on social media. This is the Diamondback Terrapins that we're going to be releasing in this pond.
Diamondback Terrapins are the only native turtle species in the United States to the brackish water environment. So they're naturally found from Cape Cod all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico and over to Texas. There's 7 different subspecies, but the ones that we're releasing in this pond are the northern subspecies. Scientific name Malaclemys terrapin for any of you nerds out there. These are directly linked to my wife's conservation project called the Terrapin Conservation Initiative. Each of these terrapins were at one point wild. They were taken out of the wild by humans, some of them unknowingly. They didn't realize they were breaking the law. They thought they were doing the right thing. Some of them came from pretty massive illegal situations where they were trying to illegally export them to another country and they were intercepted by authorities. The fact that Aquascape and everybody is here doing this is probably the most unique and incredible happy ending that a group of turtles like this could get. It's just unbelievably positive situation. Most of them are actually pretty well grown for being in a bad environment for several years, but we do have this guy that is unfortunately pretty deformed. Surprisingly a good swimmer, but he's awkward. It's been a challenge trying to keep them healthy in such a limited environment, you know. So now with this ecosystem, so much of the work is going to be done for them, and they're going to naturally de-stress.
I am looking forward to this, and I know we're going to probably, I'd like to get to work. I know a lot of people are working over here, but I definitely am looking forward to doing a little bit of a tour here with you later on, just to see everything else that you have. But yeah, there's still a lot of work that has to be done. All right, let's get to it. Check this out. It's 50 aquablocks down here in our reservoir. This is an incredible design. The way this is going to operate is there's going to be 2 pumps in this system. Pump out right over here. You see we have 2 exit points. One of them is a 2000 GPH pump, and that is going to send all the water up to our wetland filter. The other is going to be a 7,000 to 9,000 pump. That pump is going to increase and have a huge volume of water going up in here, trying to recreate that tidal zone area. Because of the habitat for this particular species, the Diamondback Terrapin, they love that tidal fluctuation. So this is going to fluctuate by 8 inches. So that's going to go through possibly multiple cycles in a day to mimic that natural tidal flow. You can see up here these edges and all this stuff are looking incredible with this cool little pocket areas. I love this incredible stone and all of the stumps in the driftwood. They're going to go in between all the nooks and crannies. They're going to bury themselves into those little zones. And then they're going to come out to feed. So that upflow biological filter has an influx of nutrients going through it. You've seen us do these things before, and the water's going to flow up through the different grades of river rock and the media. Organic sediments and things like that are going to accumulate in and around that wetland filtration area. But that little root zone, those sediments and everything, that organic compound is actually home and actually provides the perfect food source for our wide variety of crustaceans. Those crustaceans are actually the food source for the Diamondback Terrapin. Tim, how many aquablocks you have in this wetland over here?
There's 12 small aquablocks and a full centipede. We actually have 3 pipes. One that runs down to the bottom of the wetland. Yep. We have one that's running to this stump here. Yep. And then one that's just gonna be dumping in down below the stump.
Every 12 hours we'll do the tidal drop, then we'll go down, I think, what, 6 inches?
6 to 8 inches. We'll have about 2 inches of water in here. Those will be really shallow.
All right, the last big rock going in. Alan is setting that. It's gonna be the frame for that other edge of the waterfall over here. We're trying to turn that waterfall really hard so it could be picked up from this viewing area over on that side. Then gonna have a little bit of a beach area over on this side. That will allow them access to get out. Also coming in with that aquatic vegetation, which is key for this species. Remember, these guys are found in tidal marshes. Very lush. There's lots of grasses and things like that in those areas. And that's gonna be the home where they can get away from predators. It's also home for the food that they feed upon. Okay, we are here in the Nature Center with Chris, Casey, and Noah. It's an incredible facility, and it looks like it's a non-stop labor of love, right?
Oh, yeah. One of the things that I've always wanted was my own nature center. You know, if we go to a state park or somewhere, like, I flock to the nature center. One of my biggest passions is American wildlife, particularly reptiles and amphibians here.
It's incredible. You know, I mean, this is the ultimate hangout. I mean, check this out. So I was looking at these guys. I'm a huge fan of the musk turtles. I mean, they're super cool.
We got 4 different species in here. We have the eastern mud turtle and the common musk turtle, or stinkpot, the razorback musk turtle. And these are the other Diamondback terrapins that I was telling you about.
These are our rescue juveniles. We get a lot of phone calls for hatchlings. A lot of people will see a hatchling terrapin and think it needs to be saved. They'll take it home and try to raise it. Then they realize, hey, it's not doing well, or I can't take care of it. That's when we usually get a phone call.
Pretty much those 4 are basically ready to go into the Aquascape ecosystem. This, the eastern king snake, this is just a juvenile. It's only about a year old.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, they're just fantastic snakes. And even in nature, when we come across them, they're very sweet. They're not the kind to really rear up and bite you or anything like that. Famous gray-banded king snake. She's actually in the middle of shedding. Yeah, it's just starting to come right off. Sometimes they need a little help getting the shed off if it's a dry environment. And these are arid-dwelling snakes, so you just kind of let them move through your hands and it just comes off on its own. These are the famous, one of my all-time favorite species, also one that I work with in the wild, northern pine snakes. This is Heather. She's a sweetheart, but she's got one heck of a feeding response.
Yes.
Oh yeah, jeez.
There you go. She's constricting it and everything. So this is like the main feature inside our little nature room here. And these are the 4 subspecies of painted turtle, which is the most common and probably one of the most iconic turtle species native to the United States of America.
So this is just one small portion of everything you have. This is the nature center, and now we're going to go out into the wild areas where you have all that more of the native habitats and everything.
Yep.
And how many total animals do you currently have outside of the nature center?
400.
All right, so Chris, you just said this is an eastern box turtle?
Yeah, these are the most famous box turtles. Just about every box turtle in our collection is some sort of rescue or confiscation. The wood turtle, they're arguably considered the smartest reptile in the world.
Really?
And they also do something really interesting. They do a thing called earthworm stomping. They'll lift their body up, slam the plastron down on the ground repeatedly to simulate raindrops.
But they don't do it like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
They alter the timing so that it simulates like
That's incredible.
It simulates the
And
pressure
you've seen
of the rain.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things we try to do is we try to make these naturalistic habitats so they can exhibit natural behaviors. When you get to see that, you're like, it's worm stomping, it's worm stomping, you know?
He's got to be almost 100 pounds now. He is my favorite. Don't tell the other turtles.
First turtle on the side of the road here. There's a terrapin.
Yeah. So she laid her eggs already. Oh, nope, she's got eggs.
So you
she
feel
is
on the
gravid.
side.
Yep, we feel up in here into her body cavity, and you can tell if she's nested yet or not.
So that's the device that picks up the chips?
Yep, this is the microchip. Okay, so she is chipped.
You don't remember her?
We'll move her a little further from where we found her to a safer nesting habitat. I'm actually going to drop these girls over here on the side, and either they'll go into the reeds or they'll start zigzagging across the sand here, finding a nice soft spot.
All right, guys, go do your thing. Find a nice place to lay eggs.
What's happening right now is it looks like the turtle's dancing, but she's actually starting to compact the nest down to disguise it from predators.
Okay, so the eggs are already laid. Good job, you did your job, and now we're doing our job to save them. So no chance because of the crows and the raccoons and the moles, right?
And
These
the
would
fox,
be gone.
yeah.
These would be gone within a half hour after we turn our back.
You have to be very careful when you pull them out. So I like to walk them back to the edge of the water.
No, they're still just pipping.
We got one early guy.
One's fully out, and these 3 here, see their noses are just starting to come out.
Hours old, and he's the first of many.
Yep.
Very exciting. I love my job. It is a build-a-pond day. I bet you this is the most vehicles that they have ever had at Garden State Tortoise. Wow, look at this. Kenny.
Hey Greg, how you doing?
We ready to fire this baby up?
We're getting close, getting close.
Garden State Tortoise is now 10 years old, and this was such a way to just set off our 10-year anniversary. We never ever in a million years thought that this would happen. Thanks to all of you, this has just reached a level that it's gonna take me 10 more years to even fathom what just happened here this weekend. So thank you all so much. I can't describe what we're feeling and just how surreal this is, and it doesn't feel real. So from the Leone family and Garden State Tortoise, and if the turtles could speak, thank you.
So this has been another incredible experience out here in the Northeast, New Jersey at Garden State Tortoise. An incredible facility. Love working with Chris and Casey. They have an incredible place. So like I said, it's just unbelievable being out here. The tidal pond, really, really cool design. Love that thing. The Diamondback Terrapins, we got wood turtles, we got Blandings turtles. We got all these really cool environments, and they have unique habitats for each and every one of them.